Hello, everybody. Welcome to the closing call for the 2022 Innovation in Interpreting Summit. I, for one, can't believe that we've already come to the end. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's been 3 days and everything has been happening so fast. And I'm a little sad that it's all coming to an end. It's been great to spend all this time here together with you on the community and in the various activities that we've been having. And I would like to start things off by thanking our interpreters from our wonderful sponsor, Overseas Interpreting, Helsa Bornstein and Robert Skinner. Thank you so much for everything you do and for all your hard work. So we want to also welcome anybody who's watching this as a replay. We know you were probably busy, and we're happy that you are joining us to watch once you are done. And today, for this call, everything is being streamed on YouTube. We don't have an audience in the room with us right now. So we will be monitoring the chat on YouTube in case you want to let us know about anything. Because, by the way, we have several things planned for you. And so we want to hear from you on the chat.
And I'm already reading the chat and so many exciting comments coming in. People who are saying a little sad that we're coming to the end of the summit, but very excited to have had this wonderful learning opportunity and talking about some of their highlights, but we'll get to that in just a moment.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you for keeping an eye on things, Josh. So again, hello everybody, and feel free to snap any photos and post them on social media. Remember our hashtag INNOV, the number 1, and T. And that helps us, look at your posts and retweet and reshare. And so that gives everybody more exposure. I think it's great. So, well, we said it before, what an incredible 3 days. I don't know if you knew this because sometimes it's difficult to tell when we are sitting by ourselves in our behind our computer, but over 4,000 people signed up from all across the globe. It's amazing. We can't believe it. And we have a map. So let me show you the map so you can see some of the places where people came from or joined from. And not everybody added their pin to the map, but are you able to see that? I think that looks a little strange. Maybe I need to, is it good? Okay.
We can see it.
Wonderful. I don't know. It looks like there's a lot of blue in it.
It is a little blued out. You know why? I think you've got
because of the green
overlay.
Screen.
But it's okay. We can see that people came from all across the globe.
All over the world.
So many people. I saw a comment.
Even today, people were adding their pins, Josh, to the map. Yeah, sorry, you were saying something.
I was going to say, I saw a comment from somebody on Twitter that we're basically mapping the diversity of our community. And that's incredible to recognize how diverse the interpreting community is. And we've been so pleased to have people from all across the globe joining us.
Absolutely. So I think this would be a great time to ask everybody on the chat to let us where they are joining us from, and maybe tell us if your pin is on the map already. If it's not, I'll take some time after we're done with the summit today, and I will add the missing pins to the map. So Josh, what are people saying? Because I don't have the chat here with me right now. Where are they joining us from?
People, where are they joining us from? Let's see. Okay, we have Maastricht, Warsaw. Not too many people have said where they're joining us from. I guess they thought the map was enough.
Oh, maybe. Well,
Sarajevo, Moscow, which has been pinned on the map. Thank you for pinning. That's great. Italy. Several people in Italy. Slovakia, Corpus Christi, Texas, Milan, Italy, Rome, Egypt, England, Ghana, Madrid, Croatia. I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's amazing, but look at that. It's great. It's wonderful. So, well, that's the first thing we wanted to go over, say thank you for joining us from all over the world. It's really amazing if you take a moment to think about it, to think that you are connected through this event with colleagues from so many different places in the world. And so what have we been doing for the past 3 days? Well, on day 1, we talked about remote interpreting. On day 2, we talked about upskilling and reskilling, and day 3 was about new frontiers. This is probably something that most people don't know, but that was one of the very first things we did, Josh, when we got together to talk about the summit, was decide what the topics would be for the 3 days. And I hope people feel that we chose good topics, and the presentations were amazing around these topics. So I think this would be a good time to ask everybody, what was your favorite day and what was your favorite presentation? And if you had more than one favorite presentation, please feel free to list them all. And you can tell us either the name of the presentation or the name of the speaker, or just the general topic if you don't remember exactly who the speaker was or what the name of the presentation was. And we want to hear all about that in the chat. So Josh, is any interesting information coming in the chat?
Well, I'm still bowled over by all of the places people have been joining us from. Let me read out a few more.
Please.
Florida, Peru, Mexico, Argentina, Paris, Brazil, Egypt, Berlin, Montreal, Uruguay. Pretty incredible. I think people are taking a second to jot down their favorite presentations. Ah, here they come. So networking was like a class reunion. The panels were amazing. One person said the last panel was a real highlight for them. I'm waiting for the other results to come in. I personally want to say that I loved every panel, but the first panel was something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time: confidentiality, copyright, and the impact of new technologies on interpreter confidentiality and copyright. I see a lot of people loved hearing about speech recognition tools. One person says, Lilia's presentation today was amazing. I agree. It's really fabulous to learn about these things and see how we can put these things into practice.
Wonderful.
Martin says, today was my favorite day by far. I can't pick a single one. Mohammed says, oh, there are so many that he loved. Jonathan's had a lot of food for thought, for example. Thank you to everyone who liked my talk as well. Ah, Constant and Barbara's talk about social media. Yes. Eugenia says the first panel she could have listened for days. So many highlights there.
And I saw someone, I finally got the chat here on YouTube to kind of follow what everybody's saying. And I saw Agnieszka say, great topics, can't wait to go through the presentations if it hadn't been for the Power Pack. So thank God for the Power Pack. You're absolutely right, Agnieszka. I've been hearing of people who want to watch some of the presentations over and over, especially the ones that have recommendations that people want to make sure that they get right. So that is great. Well, we're really very, very glad to hear that you have been finding the presentations useful. So what are we going to be doing today? You have probably noticed by now that we want to make sure that every activity that we do is fun and interactive. And so this is a closing session, but we want it to also be fun. So today, during the closing session, we are going to be talking about how to stay in touch. If you have the Power Pack, how to make the most of the Power Pack, what comes next, how you can give feedback, and we have a special surprise for you today. This is something that we should probably also share with everybody, Josh, that Josh and I keep coming up with ideas for things, and many of the ideas have been actually implemented the minute we think of them. And so this is one of those.
I really love working with you on this, Nora, because we just have an idea and boom, there are at least 3 or 4 that we just came up with today that we have already put into practice or that are going to be shared in this closing call.
That is absolutely true. And we are going to finish with something that everybody's waiting for, the prize drawing. We have great prizes to give away. So Josh, over to you.
Great. So I wanted to start by tackling the question that I've heard more times over the last 2 days than any other, which is how long will the community be open? Because I know many of you have been interacting with colleagues, with new friends, new peers in the community. and you've been asking how long the space will be open, the answer to that question is 1 week from today. So you'll have another week, more or less, to finish going through the community. Our speakers will still be in there. They may be interacting. Of course, no requirement, but they may still be there. And what Nora is showing you right now is a space in the community that will help you to stay in touch with others. This is the FAQ space in the community, our frequently asked questions. And if you go to that space, you'll find all sorts of helpful information, including this post right here at the bottom, how to send private messages to other community members, other summit attendees. And if you go through that, it explains how you can be in touch with other people after the summit ends. There's also a very cool feature in the community, which is a community directory. It just came out. I love the tool we use. They keep adding new things. And the community directory just came out a week or two ago. And I will try to jot down some notes on how you can use it so that you can look for other colleagues in the same place you are, with the same languages you work with, and so on, so that you can continue this really good energy and momentum from the summit. But that's not the only place that you can stay in touch with other people. We've been very pleased to see how many people were using the summit hashtag on various social media. And the summit hashtag, as you know, is INNOV, INNOV, the number 1, NT. 1NT stands for interpreting, and innovation in interpreting is INNOV 1NT. So on social media, feel free to continue tagging your posts, your reflections with this. It's a great place to find other people who have been attending the summit too. Of course, you can see those amazing badges that people have had, their shots from the photo booth, but we'll show you a little bit more of that later. So the last, feel hesitant to reach out. That's what we are for. We're a community, and people love saying, oh, I met you in a networking session. We exchanged a comment or two. Our panelists love it when you write to them and say, this thing you said was so inspiring. Can we connect? I'd love to discuss it more. So please keep these conversations going after the summit. I think that's all I wanted to say about staying in touch. I, of course, look forward to being in touch with many of you and to seeing you at other Tech Forward events, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So Nora, I think it is time for our first interactive exercise. As promised, we want this to be fun. We want this to be dynamic. And so I'm popping a little link into the chat. And that is where we will ask you to go to this Slido page right here and jot down your main takeaway from the summit. You can do this on your phone. You can do this on any other device. And just in a word or two, pop in a takeaway. You can add more than one if you want. And we're going to see these all appearing on the screen right now. As you're thinking of your takeaways, I'm just going to geek out about these amazing comments here. So much praise for Zoe's talk on Notion as well. Yes, when Zoe reached out to me, Zoe's a member of the Insiders community. She joined, I think, about 6 months ago. And when she reached out to me and started geeking out with me about using Notion for interpreting, I was like, wow, we have to talk about this. So one word is on the screen already. I see them popping up: networking, keep learning, our incredible community, online practice groups, keep learning, keep practicing, still a lot to learn. Yes. Oh, networking has come up again. People are loving that networking. Stay curious. Human-centric. That was a great takeaway from the last panel. Growing together. Friendly community and encouragement. I think those two go hand in hand. Being a community, I certainly felt very connected to so many of you, despite the fact that we're across the globe from each other. Online practice groups. Update your skills. Everything is possible. Innovation. Embrace the future. These are incredible takeaways. I'm loving seeing them all come in. Be curious. Yes, absolutely. Technology can be an ally. Improve interpreting and tech makes you a star. Upskilling, updating your skills. Yes, we see a lot of that. I'm really glad that that was one of your key takeaways, because for us, that was something we really wanted to stress, the learning opportunities here. So please do feel free to continue to jot down ideas in this interactive exercise. It will still be here and you can check it out later on. We might even put it back up one more time after all of the ideas are here. Nora, would you like to come in and reflect on any of your key takeaways before I talk about how you can move forward with your learning and what you've done in the summit?
Yes, Josh, I think I agree with everybody who's saying community. That has been the biggest takeaway for me. Of course, all the content is great, and we know the speakers are fabulous. And I've loved every minute of every presentation, every panel. But the one thing that I have enjoyed probably the most is the same thing that I enjoy a lot when I go to a live conference, which is meeting colleagues and talking about the things that we have in common and laughing together, just sharing a special time together. So the networking, the co-working, the community, all the contact on social media, that has been great. I have really, really enjoyed that. And I think that that is what has made this very special for me. And I hope special for everybody as well.
It certainly has been for me. We do a lot of thinking about how you can learn in online settings, how you can connect with other people in online settings. I mean, our world has changed to be able to run an online conference like this with so many thousands of colleagues from across the globe. And I've loved all of the innovative ways that we've tried to do that. And the fun things too, like the photo booth. A question in here, can we have that word cloud? Sure. Nora, can you snap a photo of that word cloud and we'll share it in the community later on?
Of course.
Wonderful. Good. So now I wanted to talk about making the most of your learning. One of the things I see in the chat is that the last 3 days have been intense. Some people haven't had time to do all of the presentations. They've been focusing on the networking because they have the power pack and they say, I'm going to go through them later. Others have tried to tackle as many presentations as they could squeeze in. We've seen that. We hope, at the opening call, we said, please try not to get overwhelmed. And we hope that it wasn't overwhelming. One very kind piece of feedback that I've received was that people really like the format, the short talks, allowing them to process stuff and fit them in around their day. So I hope that you've gone through talks and perhaps you've used the worksheets to jot down some notes. Perhaps you've jotted down some notes elsewhere. Whatever the case might be, the first thing that you can do moving forward is, well, first take some time for your brain to relax. I certainly will be taking some time for my brain to relax. But afterwards, go back through what you've jotted down. Take some time for all of the learning to sink in and for you to process it. And then go back through everything you've got. We'll send you an email with some more of our recommendations, but go back through what you have and try to pull out some key things that you would like to work on. And don't try to do everything all at once. That's too much to handle. Instead, what I recommend that you do is that you list out some of the things you'd like to tackle. So we heard in the last panel about how diverse the number of options are. Please do not go out and try every tool on the market or every technique that we've covered in the last 3 days all at once. And then whatever it is that you're going to be working on, break it down into smaller steps so that it's not, oh, I'm just going to learn how to use glossary tools. Well, what does that mean? First, maybe you learn how to set one up. Then you learn how to build a glossary. So try to break things down into little chunks and steps along the way. I see a comment from somebody that having the worksheets was really helpful. We're really glad we spent a lot of time on them. Our speakers spent a lot of time preparing these worksheets for you. They're filled with additional resources. So you can explore them after the summit. They've got tons of links in them. And the idea is really for those to be like a little guide for you moving forward. If you have the Power Pack, you have the videos, the worksheets, the transcripts, and slides if the speakers used slides. And you also have the podcast. And for those of you who have the podcast in the Premium Power Pack, I'd encourage you to think about that too. It might be a nice way to review when you're out and about. You can listen to something again. I find that I learn very well when I just let something run in the background and the big ideas tend to sink in. So that's one other thing that you might wish to do. I wanted to say that we've already, thanks to our amazing assistant Roxanne, been able to upload the kickoff call and the first two panels and the Ask the Experts session, so you can review them later. Captions are being produced. And I also wanted to say that if you want to have the opportunity to go back through these materials, the Power Pack is still available. You can pick it up later and it unlocks 12 months access to everything. So you can go back through it, take the time to listen again, take the time to process it, and that will be available for about exactly, I think it ends on Wednesday. Wednesday of next week is when that closes. So I'll just put the link in the chat in case anybody is looking for it. I'm supposed to do that. That's part of what we're supposed to do here. And I'm also supposed to say that number one, students, you're awesome. We really love you. We offer 50% off on all of our courses, and the Power Pack is no exception. So if you're interested, let us know. And in fact, students can have free access to the Tech Forward Insiders community if you're a full-time student as well. Number two, we want other people who want access to this to be able to have access. So we also offer very generous financial aid. Don't hesitate to drop us an email. We don't ask for lots of details if that's something that you are interested in. And finally, I wanted to say that I personally am so excited about all of the bonuses in the Power Pack, because that's a way for you to take your learning and go another step forward. So I wanted to ask right now if people who have the Power Pack could use the chat to share their favorite bonus. Now, I know you can't talk about some of them because Nora and I each have some things coming that we'll be adding to the Power Pack moving forward. I'm really excited about my training coming up in May called the Interpreter's Practice Toolkit. It's an idea that's been in the back of my mind for, I think, a year now, that I want to just pull everything around practicing together and share my tips on that. And I know, Nora, you've got some special things coming too, right?
That's right. And as hard as we tried to have everything ready before the summit, as you can probably imagine, we were super busy, but those things are coming. And the idea is we want to share as much as we can with you. So we hope you will find them helpful. And Josh, you and I are doing a collaboration again, and I'm really excited about that.
Collaborating with you, Nora, is awesome. It's a real pleasure. And I'm looking forward to the mini course that we will be building on digitizing paper notes and paper glossaries so that you can take them to the next level and use them and keep track of them and be able to make the most of them. And then there are some other bonuses. I promised our speakers I would mention them. So here they are. The Interpreter's Guide to Audio and Video, which I wrote with Naomi. Fleur has contributed 4 videos to help you be more positive and mindful and handle trauma while interpreting. I know a lot of you really liked her talk. This takes it much further. Lilia has contributed a video on how she uses a mixer for remote interpreting. Zoe, who already gave everyone a Notion template with her presentation, has contributed 2 more and a bonus video about how she uses them for client management and all sorts of other interesting things. to the Power Pack. Sophie has contributed a sampler of materials from her Rock Your Rhetor course. Roni has thrown in a brand new course on how speed reading can be helpful for interpreters. And Kati recorded an extra bonus presentation about copyright for us that goes into further detail than we were able to cover in that panel. So that's all there. And also the Power Pack, as I've mentioned to some of the premium Power Pack holders, also includes 1 month free and Tech Forward Insiders, and we hope you'll come and check it out for more of this great stuff. Okay, so that is a perfect tie-in for us to introduce the 3 special guests who I've asked to join us. One of our surprises today is that we've asked the three Insiders members to come on and talk about their experiences. All 3 of them joined more or less a year ago after the last Innovation in Interpreting Summit. You can turn on your cameras. No surprise, you're welcome to join us. So first person to turn on her camera is Grisel Villafania. Grisel was the winner of our Tech Forward Insiders Scholarship last year, and so she's been contributing to the community for the whole last 12 months. Amazing. We also have Adriana Zuniga, who's with us. Hello, Adriana. And Lilia, I think, is coming. I saw her pop in a minute ago. So we asked you, instead of us talking and me telling everyone about why I love the really cool community we've built, I thought I would ask you to share a highlight, a reflection. So Grisel, do you want to go first?
Sure, thank you. Hi. Well, yes, first of all, I really want to say how incredible it was to have won last year that prize of being an insider for an entire year. Of course, because of the time zones, sometimes it is very hard for me to be able to join live the webinars and all of the trainings, but it's so amazing to have the possibility to keep learning at any given point, because even if I cannot join live, then the recordings are always there. There is so much going on, just being able to keep meeting other colleagues from all over the world. And sometimes somebody may have a question and then somebody has an answer for that question. So like the whole interaction, the learning, the way to really know what is out there, what tools are available, all of that is just so invaluable. So I have really loved being an insider for all this time. And I really, really enjoy so much the networking, the co-working, everything is just, it really fills my heart. I wish I could join a lot more than the things that I usually can, but because here in Mexico, it's noon, most of the times I'm working or I'm having assignments. But I always try to keep up, watch recordings and try things out. Maybe, we don't really have to go ahead and buy every license or use all the tools, but knowing at least what they do and how they work and, having you, Josh, guiding us and the experts step by step, that's just amazing. So I really love it. I wish, this summit could go on forever. That's clearly not possible.
Me too.
But yeah, I just love it. And I'm so grateful for being an insider. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for contributing over the last year. It's been great to have you. Maybe we'll go in the order you turned on your camera. So Adriana.
Well, thank you very much. And very well, Grisel said many things that I was going to say about why I like being an insider. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great because of the time zone. I'm also located in Costa Rica. I'm based in Costa Rica. So I like the fact that I can attend things later on at my own pace. And let me give you just a very quick example of how useful being an insider can be. About 6 or 7 months ago, in the national committee that is working on the translation and the adaptation of the ISO standards for Costa Rica, a question arose regarding the Spanish translation of headset, headphone, and earbud. because we had different versions of the standard and we were reading different names for that. And so Josh suggested that I posted the question in the insiders community. And thanks to the participation and the comments from all the insiders that participated, we were able to move forward with our work. It was truly useful because we needed to adapt that standard for Latin America and particularly for Costa Rica. And so we didn't want it to sound strange when people read it. And like Grisel mentioned it, having access to amazing experts and wonderful colleagues from all over the world, and also being able to watch all the innovative and useful content at your own pace is a real treasure because you know it's there. And if you all of a sudden remember, I heard something about that, and I remember it was something that Josh and Tech Forward mentioned at some point, you can just go back. And sometimes you cannot attend the live sessions, and that makes you feel a little guilty, but then you go and watch the videos, and then you feel good again. So, in a nutshell, everyone here should become an insider. I cannot recommend it enough.
You're making my heart melt over here. Lilia, your turn.
Well, that's a tough hack to follow. And I just wanted to say exactly what Adriana and Grisel said. You guys have created an incredible community, which is an invaluable resource for all of us. And it's just so practical and hands-on. And what I really love is that whenever I have something I'm not sure about, I can just go and pop a question in the community. And within minutes, I will have 10 people chiming in with all kinds of interesting information. For example, in my case, at one point I wanted to use some kind of software to handle my accounting because I was in doing that. I was doing it, on Excel. And, I had 25 comments. It was all so constructive and so inspirational and on many levels. And yeah, you could say, oh, you could do that on LinkedIn, but you don't have the same quality of answers. Here you have knowledgeable, like-minded professionals in the same business, and everything is so spot on. Everything is so focused for our needs as interpreters. And, you guys are incredible, and you're always, I don't know where you find the time in the day, because it seems like as soon as you have a curiosity, Josh is in, and now Nora with all the webinars. It's been, to me, it's mind-blowing. And I just wanted to say, so as you all know, this year I was a speaker, and it's not like I'm a tech geek and I've been doing this forever. I started with Josh 2 years ago, and I feel like I've learned more in the last 2 years than in the 20 years before that. And I did it thanks to this community. And thanks to Josh, and thanks to all the support network that we've been able to create together. And so, I just could not recommend it more. It's been such a transformational part of my life over the past couple of years, and I just couldn't imagine it in my professional life without it.
And now it's my turn to wax poetic, because the Insiders community pushes me to grow and learn and explore. And I absolutely love that people come in with questions and we try to find answers to them. And I get in touch with experts and bring them in and discover new experts. And we, in our community and in the Summit community as a whole, we are pushing the conversation in our industry forward. And that's something that I'm truly proud of. It applies for both interpreting and translation. We're really trying to move towards the future and learning together. That's a real highlight for me. So now's the time where I say, number one, oh my gosh, all these insiders have been writing those beautiful comments in the chat. Thank you so much. Number two, if you're interested in joining, if you have a power pack, you get a free month, so a premium power pack. So I hope you will come check it out and see if you like it. If you don't, you're more than welcome to leave at any point. No questions asked. I get it. We're all professionals. We're busy. Things happen. The Insiders program is, I think, quite inexpensive. I've tried very hard to make it accessible. It's currently 20 euros a month or 200 euros a year, so 2 months free with it. And as I said before, it's free for students. And we do have quite a few student members in there. I'm delighted that they're there. It's great to have you contributing as well and learning with us and asking questions. So, oh yes, and I'm supposed to tell you, number one, upcoming Insiders events. So the first one is an idea that came out of our co-working session just an hour ago. I think it was in co-working. Nora and I had been tossing around the idea of having a game night or a game event or another way of connecting across borders with people digitally for the summit. We didn't manage to make it happen, primarily because we had the idea yesterday, I think, 2 days ago, maybe. So we have scheduled one. It will be networking, icebreakers, fun games, and so on. And that will be March 3rd. So next week, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Central European time. So that's 12 noon to 1:30 New York time. Maybe fits in your lunch break. You can come play games during your lunch break. Who knows? I also want to say that I'm very committed. I'm trying very hard to find ways to include our entire community, including people who live further east of us. And I think hopefully as the community grows a little bit more, I can carve out more time and also run events earlier in the day my time. So people who are, we have a lot of members in Japan, for example, so that we can connect with them as well. Next after that, we hinted at this in the first panel. Tony Rosado and I are working on a project around negotiating terms and conditions for remote interpreting and knowing how to negotiate, knowing how to get those terms right. Tony is the expert on this, as you all probably know. He actually joined the Insiders for a Q&A 6-ish months ago. And this time we're back for a free webinar for everybody as our monthly Insiders webinar. And that is March 29th, 2022, an introduction to contracts for remote interpreting assignments. So we'll be talking about that. And finally, the last thing I wanted to say is I had a blast with our last Insiders challenge, which was called Overhaul Your LinkedIn Profile in 9 Easy Steps. One of the things I'm trying to do with this community is also make it so we take action. The summit was also about taking action, and the community is about taking action. And I asked the Insiders members what their biggest business challenges were. And they said they want to be more visible. And so I designed a LinkedIn challenge. And the next one that's coming up was also a topic they said they'd love to do, which is called Tame Your Email Monster. So if you are struggling with an email monster, I certainly know I have one. I've pulled together lots of tips and tricks for that, and that will be our next implementation challenge. If you join the Insiders, you get those challenges for free as part of your membership. And last thing to sweeten the deal, if you join annually, both for current members, if you upgrade to annual, and for new members, by March 10th, you will get a bonus. And in true Insider fashion, I asked the Insiders what that bonus should be, and they have suggested the following. So option number 1, some sort of exclusive swag like this water bottle or a mug. Option number 2, 50, love yours, Lilia. Yes, all the speakers got them too. Option number 2, 50 euros in credit to spend on a Future Tech Forward product in the next 12 months. There are lots of things we're cooking up. I have to figure out the details for that, but I know that you cannot spend it on your Insiders membership, and you probably can't spend it on projects that are joint projects with somebody else, because that's quite difficult for me to manage. But, and third option, an Ask Me Anything session with me. So you can pick, it's a choose your own adventure if you decide to join the Insiders as an annual member. Okay, enough of that. It's time to go back to closing the summit. I hope I've given you an idea about how you can take this incredible energy that we've had here and enjoy it for the rest of the year. So thank you very much, Grisel, Adriana, and Lilia for joining to share your experiences. And I can't wait to announce the winner of our next Insider Scholarship coming up in just a minute, which I think leads us to prizes, right, Nora?
I think before we move on to prizes, we had another short activity, which is writing a love note. And I was trying to find, I don't think I have the link with me to share with everybody, but I'm sure you do.
It's already in the chat.
Oh, there you go. So while we get set up to start telling you about all the great prizes, would you like to take a moment and participate in this activity where we are asking you to go to the love notes and leave a love note for one of the speakers, anybody that you forgot to leave a note for, and I'm sure they will appreciate it. We have been sharing all of your love notes or appreciation notes with the speakers, and they are delighted. So this would be a great opportunity to do that if you haven't. Plus, it gives you more engagement and more participation because there are prizes coming later, even after the closing call, right? Josh, we still have prizes to give away, and this counts for that. So we are ready to start announcing the prizes. Should we start?
Yeah, let's dive in.
Okay, is everybody crossing their fingers to make sure they win something? Who did you pray to? Tell us in the chat, who did you pray to so that you would win a prize today? And Josh, you wanted to say something before we start reading the prizes and the winners?
No, let's do it. Let's tell people about what they won. I do want to say a big thank you to all of the sponsors and speakers who donated these incredible prizes, over 5,000 euros worth of prizes for this prize drop. So first we'll do the prizes, then we will do the student scholarship winner, and then we will do the Tech Forward scholarship winners. All right, and Adriana is praying to the patron saint of translators.
Yeah, Lady Fortuna, Saint Jerome. Okay, very good. Well, I hope it works. So here we go. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I know because of the way we are, the reason we are sharing our screen this way today is to make sure that we don't lose our wonderful sign interpreters. Sign language interpreters, because if we do a regular screen share, then we won't be able to see our interpreters. So this is probably a little too small for you to be able to read, but we're going to read it out to you. And we don't want to make this boring, so we're going to go very quickly. If you want, be ready with your best, your favorite smiling face there to share with us in the chat. So I hope all the winners are here with us today. And I see a lot of cross fingers in the chat. That's wonderful. So I'll start with by reading the prize, who donated it, and tell you the value and the winner. And I apologize in advance if I mangle any of the names. I hope I will pronounce them even closely to what they are supposed to be. So here it is. The first prize is a one-on-one coaching session with Dorinka Mentino, donated by Dorinka, of course. The value is 100 euro, and the winner is Philip Dunkel, or Philip. I'm not entirely sure of the pronunciation. That's the first one. Then we have a one-on-one coaching session with Bianca Prandi, who was just in the panel just now, and her presentation is today, donated by Bianca, of course, and the value is 90 euro, and the winner is Erica Ibarra. We have the ASR workshop with Francesca, and that's a 90 euro value, and the winner is Marique Yest. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced your name. I apologize. The next prize is 3 months in Rock Your Retort, donated by Sophie Llewellyn-Smith, a 180 euro value, and the winner is Anita Bernacchia. The next prize, Capisco Onboardings, donated by Capisco, 125 euro value. The winner is Sylvia Mendes.
And I'll just jump in to say thank you to
Yes.
Capisco because they actually donated 4 of these. We've given out 3 of them already, and this is the 4th. And there are a few prizes where we've had so many donated that we've already given out a few. So sponsors, if you only hear a number that doesn't quite line up with what you were expecting, it's because we've already given away your generous prizes. Over to you, Nora.
That is absolutely true. Yes, thank you for clarifying that, Josh. The next prize is an LSP Expert subscription donated by LSP Expert. The value is 360 euro. Or is that dollars, Josh? I'm not sure. Euro, I think.
They're all in euros.
Oh, okay. And I apologize because we're missing the euro sign. That was my fault there. And we have the winner, who is Sabrine Garby. I am feeling so bad about mispronouncing all of your names. I hope you'll forgive me. The next prize is a WebEx SI training ticket donated by Maha. She's going to be doing a workshop on simultaneous interpreting WebEx training. The value is 70 euro, and the winner is Mayita Bolaños. I know some of these winners are here, so we want to say congratulations to all of you. The next one is an Interpreters Help subscription donated by Interpreters Help, 240 euros. And we have 2 winners because we have 2 of those prizes. The first winner is Lioba Clean, and the second one is Cindy Runzer. Next prize is a Jeremy license donated by Jeremy, a 95 euro value, and the winner is Lei Yang. And this is the last one I'm going to read, and then I'm going to ask Josh to take over. The next prize is a Trado Studio freelance and business manager license donated by RWS. The value is 845 euro, and it goes to Serge Soru Oga. And over to you, Josh, for the rest of the prizes.
Thank you, Nora. Huge congratulations to all of our prize winners so far. I see some of you are in the chat and you've seen your names potentially, so you know it's coming. Since that's the case, I will not spend too long on them. I won't read out the values of the prizes since you can see them on the screen, and I'll move on to the next one. So an Interpret Bank freelance license goes to Yue Yao. Then we have 3 sketch engine licenses. We've already given away 2, but there are 3 more. And those go to Ana Correa, to Natalia Gonzalez, and to Jessie Cates Chinoy. Congratulations. We have 3 Interprify trainings to give away right now. Those go to Nikki Cladora, Eugenia Dalfovo, and Ludmila Moura. Congratulations. We also had another one we gave away as one of the bingo prizes. Now we move on to the Interplex prizes. Interplex has donated 2 desktop licenses, and those go to Sasha Hoynen and to Kathy Rosamond. We also have an iOS license for Interplex, and that goes to Carmelo Velasquez. Next up, I'm very excited to announce the winners of 3 Tech Forward courses. You can pick any of our courses valued between 69 and 99 euros. So the 3 lucky winners, you will get to pick one of our courses, and you are Kikue Omori, Margot Spencer, and Emmy Osterling. We also have a one-on-one coaching about vicarious trauma, which was donated by our speaker, Flor Montero. And Flor actually donated 4 of these. 3 were open with an application process, and we won't announce the names of the people who applied because this is obviously a very sensitive subject. But one of them goes to somebody who won it in the Power Pack raffle. Congratulations, Martin. You are the lucky winner of this one-on-one coaching session. And finally, we have a Plantronics Poly 7200 series headset, which was donated by Interaxio, the remote interpreting platform. And that goes to Diana Tochner Glova. So congratulations to all of our prize winners for these prizes. If you didn't win one of these prizes, bingo is still open for day 3, and we'll be announcing the winners tomorrow. Yes, congratulations, Martin. You were a multiple prize winner. I think Eugenia was a multiple prize winner too. Congrats. And I've just put the link for bingo day 3 in the chat. Now I want to announce the student scholarship winner. So we can take down that image. The 3rd student scholarship winner, and interpreters, I put this in the document for you and in the chat for you. The 3rd student scholarship winner is Sarah Blondeau Patissier. Congratulations to you on being our 3rd student scholarship winner. You get a free premium power pack. Hope you enjoy it, Sarah. And finally, the Tech Forward prize winners are Glossaries for Interpreters 2.0 course, where we delve into glossaries and how you can explore terminology management, extraction, using terminology tools on assignment. That course, which I'm very proud of and have been adding to recently, goes to Carmelo Velasquez. Congratulations, Carmelo, on that prize. Our other flagship course is called iPads for Interpreters, the ultimate guide to mastering your tablet. And that course is actually 4 different aspects of using an iPad for interpreting. One course is on preparation. One course is on using your iPad for note-taking. I talked a little bit about that in my presentation today. One course is about using your iPad on assignment in simultaneous settings. And one is about using your device to be more productive, so to boost your productivity. And the winner of the iPads for Interpreters bundle is Mohammed Durmik. Congratulations, Mohammed, also an Insiders member. You've won the iPads for Interpreters course. And finally, our Insiders membership. Just like Grisel had last year, we have a 1-year membership to the Insiders. And I just wanted to say that the person who's winning this prize has been somebody who has shown up. She's a beginner, hasn't been working too long, but has been showing up, asking great questions, really inspiring conversation amongst the members of our summit community. And I can't wait to see the kinds of conversations that you kick off in the course of the next 12 months. So congratulations to our newest Insiders member, Mena Honaim. I'm sure I'll learn how to pronounce your name properly soon. Mena, thank you for all the questions. Thank you for being such an active participant at the summit. I am delighted to give you this prize. So congratulations, and see you at the session, hopefully next Thursday, our game night and networking, and at all of the events coming up in the next year. Oh, that's so much fun giving out prizes, Nora.
It was. And you know what was also a lot of fun? Seeing how people were ready with their emojis. Look at all those star-eyed smiley faces and congratulating people and clapping and everything. Thank you so much for being such a supportive community, and congratulations to all the winners. And so what's next, Josh? We have just the final words, but when are we showing the little surprise?
I think we should do it now.
Yeah, now? Okay.
It's perfect timing for the surprise.
Just give me a second, because for this next bit, we are going to be doing regular screen sharing, and I need to make sure that we are sharing sound. So to our wonderful sign language interpreters, here comes a little break, about a 5-minute break. Thank you so much for all you've been doing. And of course, you're not keeping an eye on the chat, but for the interpreters, we're seeing a lot of praise in the chat coming in. So if you'll just keep them entertained for 30 seconds while I get everything ready, Josh.
So I'll say that this was another one of Nora's amazing ideas. I didn't even know about it until today, I think, that she was working on this. Nora, it's been so wonderful to work with you on this summit. I love having somebody who's just constantly innovating and coming up with fun things to try out. And so thank you for this one, yet another great project.
Thank
Did I
you,
kill enough
Josh.
time?
And yes, and thank you for saying yes to every crazy idea that I come up with. Okay, so here we go. We hope you like it. If you like it, let us know. And keep an eye on the screen because you may see someone you know. that was it. So I gather from the comments in the chat that people enjoyed it. Well, we enjoyed putting it together, so we're glad you liked it.
Nora, amazing. You even
Josh
had
hadn't
shots.
seen it.
I
Josh
hadn't seen it. You had shots from the last panel in there.
Of course.
Wow, very impressive. So that brings us to the end of the 2022 Innovation in Interpreting Summit. We hope that you have enjoyed it as much as we have, trying out new innovations, bringing in incredible speakers to talk about the most cutting edge issues, turning a traditional conference on its head. I loved some of the comments about how we were doing things that they don't even do at on-site conferences. We've had a ton of fun doing this. Nora.
Yes, it has been so much fun. I don't know if you saw the very first picture in that video, but it was a collage of Josh and I meeting for months and months and months. And to finally come to the end of the summit and see that people have enjoyed it so much and that we have enjoyed it so much. It's just wonderful. Josh and I have discussed many times what the main thing would be, what the main goal was for the summit. And we wanted people to learn, to enjoy it, and we wanted to have a good time. And I think mission accomplished, Josh. Thank you for everything you did. I think everyone can attest to the fact that you are just wonderful in general. And we are very grateful that you have made this a reality for all of us.
And I'm grateful to everyone for coming along on the crazy ride that that Tech Forward has had for the last 2 years, basically. So thank you. Thank you, Nora, for being the best co-host I could ever want, for the ideas, for the encouragement, for the inspiration, for the questions, for all of the hard work. It's been great. I also get to say thank you to everybody else who helped out. So this summit would not have been possible without our 22 other speakers, 24 in total with the two of us. Thank you for accepting our invitation to join, for taking the time to pre-record such excellent videos and presentations. We know you're all busy people, and we really appreciate your putting so much time into making this something special. Thank you to our panelists for the thought-provoking panels. It's been incredible to just take the conversation to the next level. Thank you to the team of interpreters from Overseas Interpreting and their friends, of course, staff interpreters and friends of Overseas Interpreting for helping to make this event accessible. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Little reminder, the exhibition hall is still open, so you can go check out all of the special deals that they are offering for all of you. Our speakers have deals on their talks and their courses, deals on software platforms, tools, and so much more. A huge thank you to our assistant, Roxanne. Roxanne, you put in so much time and effort to make this so amazing, and it's great. Plus, we're like becoming friends, which I really like. Roxanne and I have never met in person. Nora and I have never met in person either, believe it or not. But it's great to work with you all. And I'm checking my notes. I think that's it. And thank you, of course, to all of our Insiders members, everyone at the summit, and to everyone in our community. Thank you for learning and growing with us. That's it for me.
That's it. And we will have the video in the community. So for anybody who would like to watch it again or, get it from there, we're happy to share.
Thanks for making the 2022 Innovation in Interpreting Summit such a blast. Bye, everyone.
Bye.